Hi viewers and welcome to Face to Face. My name is Alessandro and I will be with you for 1 hour. Well, let's talk about studying abroad. Why do you think some people would like to study abroad? And why do you think some people do not want to? Well, I think one of the reasons why people would like to study abroad because they want to explore the world. Because by studying abroad, they can visit a new country. And some people do not want to study abroad because they probably are afraid of being far away from their parents. And as a matter of fact, I have one friend who has ever undergone the experience of studying abroad. And we will discuss many things like the tips or maybe the things that you need to keep in mind before studying abroad. So this is Brian Lee. Hi, Brian Lee, how are you?
Good.
Okay, have a seat, Brian. So your complete name is Brian Lee.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so your complete name is Brian Lee. Where is your hometown, by the way?
Singkawang.
Singkawang, where is it?
Is it like near Pontianak? Some kinds of really small hometown.
And what is your major?
Information system.
Why did you take it, by the way? It's information system.
Yeah. Information system is actually because I love technologies, and because my major is that time I cannot choose computer science. That's why I choose information system.
And what are the current activities besides going to campus?
Right now, actually, I'm on my holiday because in
Holiday? Wow, no activities then.
no activities.
So you do not go to campus?
No, I don't have to go to campus. I just prepare some kind of proposal for my thesis.
Oh, thesis.
Yeah.
How many pages that you have to make?
On the thesis?
Yeah.
I don't know, just like 100.
And how many
maybe?
pages have you made?
Oh, I mean, 0 maybe.
Zero.
It was like some kind of I have to submit on my teacher so he can approve my thesis right now.
So you are someone who has basically you are someone who has undergone the experience of studying abroad.
Yeah.
But first, maybe I want to ask you, how do you define studying abroad? Well, I personally think that studying abroad is the act of studying in another country besides your hometown. What about you?
Study abroad is actually something that really some kind of extraordinary experience because when you study abroad, you study environment that is really outside of your ordinary environment. You meet different people, different language, and you maybe if you go for like me, for example, I go to Korea and I meet people that I don't know what kind of language is there, and I have to experience language barrier. I have to use my body language. It was really something new, something that made you feel challenged, and you can get a lot of experience there. And by studying abroad, you can know better yourself.
How do we get to know ourselves better by studying abroad?
Actually, for example, we are Indonesian. So, as an Indonesian, I study in Korean. I had know that how other people see me as an foreigners, and I mean how they see an Indonesian. So, from them point of view, so I know we are the citizen of the world. We are not citizen of Indonesia. So, our environment is go broader. It's really amazing things.
And how do they behave to you? Are they welcoming to you or how?
Yeah, I have a really good experience that Korean people are really, really nice to me, and they were really nice to be friends with me, and I get a lot of friends. It's just pure amazing, I think.
And before you went to Korea, did you try to learn the language before, like how to say hi, how to say thank you, how to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Korean language or not? Or you learned when you were there?
I learned when I was there, and because I love watch.
Alone, or did somebody else teach you?
Actually, somebody teach me and alone. It was like some kind of complicated things. But actually, I love Korean drama, so I learned a little bit from Korean dramas, like not too.
So you learned the language by watching Korean drama. Wow.
Not much, but just a little bit, But sometimes, like you buying things, ask how much is this, and for survive.
Didn't you try to buy a book in the library in order to learn the language? No.
At the first time, it's really hard to me to borrow a book in the library because
why was it hard?
Because the language barrier, you have to see a lot of things. You have for example, my major is like some engineering things, and sometimes they didn't understand your English, and we have to speak in Korean. That's the barrier, I think.
So in Korea, there are not so many people speaking English then. So according to you,
not so many people.
Wow. So it's not easy to communicate.
But they actually they understand you. But sometimes there are older people that didn't know to speak English well, but But the things that amaze me is that they're really trying to communicate with you, and they're really trying to understand you as a foreigner. So I feel really comfortable there.
Now, Brian, you said that studying abroad is an extraordinary experience because you can travel the world, you can meet new different people. But why Korea? If you go to America, if you go to Europe, if you go to China, you can meet all different people. But why Korea?
That's this personal preference actually, because
you like Korean movie, no? K-pop, no?
Korean movies is one of small little reasons. Korean movies and as you know that Korean technology is improving really fast. And Korea, this country, the small country, but they developing really fast, and like it's just you can see that in this past few years, and you see like 5G, and this is the company Samsung and other things. It was really amazing. So I want to learn from them. How did they do that? And I did not disappoint me there.
Oh, so you chose to go to Korea because of the technology that is developing quite rapidly.
Yeah. The technology is the main reasons, but
because K-pop is it's small reasons why you would like to go there. Did you try to meet some people who are involved in K-pop? No.
Yeah, I tried to.
But you didn't manage, or did you meet?
I met one of the famous artists, Park Shin-hye. Yeah, she was like some kind of good actress in like the Pinocchio, the Hairs drama. Yeah.
And you were from Indonesia, going to Korea, right?
Yeah.
And I believe that probably you are not the only one going to Korea. I mean, how many friends did you go to Korea with?
From Indonesian friends?
Probably from Indonesia first.
If in my town, I was live in Incheon. But in
Incheon?
Yes.
The name of the city in Korea?
The name of the city is Incheon. But my friends, other two friends, they are living in Seoul.
By the way, in North Korea or South Korea?
South Korea. Definitely South Korea.
Okay. How far is it from Seoul?
Seoul to Incheon?
Yeah.
Like 1.5 hour.
1.5 hour by a car?
No, by train.
Oh, by a train. Have you ever been to Seoul then?
Yeah. I like every weekend I go to Seoul.
So how many friends did you? How many Indonesian friends in your university?
In my university, yeah, I think I have like 2 or 3.
2 or 3 from BINUS or not?
One is from BINUS.
And the other one from?
No, 2 is from BINUS, and the others is not.
Where is she or he from?
I don't remember.
You didn't ask.
Yeah, I didn't ask.
And when you were in Korea, how did you try to make friends? I mean, how many friends did you try to be? How many people did you try to be friends with?
I actually trying to really friendly, and I like trying to know everybody. But actually, many Koreans that didn't know how to communicate with me is some kind of difficult. But there's also many Koreans that can speak English.
Okay, we'll continue later, Brian, after the break. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Hi viewers, welcome back with us on Face to Face, the only English spoken program on BINUSTV with me, Alessandro, as your host for today's episode, and Brian Lee for as our guest. Now we are talking about studying abroad. Now, Brian Lee, so in total, how many Korean friends did you have?
Korean friends?
Yeah.
I think a lot of Korean friends. Some kind more than 10. Yes, more than 10 people.
So in your class, you also learn system information. So how many students in your class, by the way?
Actually, the system was like they have some kind of a list of course, and I have to talk to the professor in here. So we're like some kind of course mapping, and I will choose a course some more in computer science things, and I will study in there.
So in your class, the total, how many students?
The total student is like
30, and most of them were from Korea.
Depends on the course. It depends on the course. So for example, like
Korean, different course, different students.
Different course, different student. Yes. Also like Korean course, all international student.
All Indonesian.
Of course, it's a Korean student. Of course.
And I wanna know also. So the offer was from BINUS. Brian Lee, would you like to go to Korea for studying abroad? And then, was it only for system information students or for all major students?
It's for all major students.
Oh.
Actually, they have like international office in right now. It's Anggrek campus, and they have like some kind of opportunity that you can apply for. And when you apply, then you get some kind of like interview, and you have to prepare the document, and you can get a chance.
And tell me as many reasons as you can why you would like to go to Korea at that time.
The first time is because I was too bored of my life.
In Indonesia?
Yes, it was like
Nothing else to see?
No, it's not nothing else to see. It was like I had to see the same things again. I do the same things in the college. It was too bored for me. I was too comfort on my right now situations.
So it was your own decision without anybody else
Yes.
persuading you, you know? It's like, it wasn't your parents, Brian Lee, come on, go to Korea.
No.
So it was totally from yourself.
At first, it was my friend. My friend last year, he came to Korea, and I saw that his photos is really amazing, and he told me the experience is amazing, and I feel like I was too bored on my this normal life, this comfort zone. I'm too comfort, so I'm thinking over my comfort zones. I was thinking to see something new, some things that are really strange for me. That's why I should study abroad.
Any other reason? No, the second reason probably.
Second reason is I want to learn something new. I want to know a lot of people.
The
more.
culture.
The culture is really amazing. So many things that help you study abroad, because by studying abroad, you know better you. By studying abroad, you're like changing your minds. How do you see people? How do you look at people? And this is like something really amazing for me.
And what about the food? You were from Indonesia and you went to Korea. Probably the food doesn't suit your tongue. What did you feel the first time you came there?
The first time it was really a little bit difficult for me because
What was the food like? Rice? No?
they are like Indonesians, but they are more like some kind of seafood. You know, what it is called? I don't know, but it's like some kind of kimchi.
I don't know.
You know, yeah.
I have no idea what it is.
It was vegetables, that fermented vegetables, and you know bibimbap.
No.
No, yeah.
Bibimbap? Oh.
When I first see it,
I'm not insulting you. I'm not insulting.
Yeah,
I'm just
okay.
expressing that I do not know what it is. That's
Yeah.
it.
when I
the
first
viewers-
watching the you know in the Korean movies, it was really delicious for me. But when I come there, but it's just different. Maybe because of different
So
culture.
it looks delicious, but when you taste it, it is not as delicious as it looks like.
Yeah, but it's for me because for us in Indonesian, maybe our culture is different. So I don't really like it at first.
What about fried rice? Do we have there?
Yeah, they have fried
Satay?
rice.
No satay.
No satay. No
No
satay.
satay at all. No somai.
No somai. Okay.
no somai.
They have like odeng. Yeah,
Odeng?
yes, some kind of street food. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And when you would like to go to Korea, what did your parents say when you Mom, Pop, I want to go to Korea. Do you agree or not?
Yeah. At first time.
Will you let me go there or not?
No. My parents just really strongly disagree with me.
Disagree.
Yeah, they didn't let me alone.
Why?
To go to study abroad. Just because they didn't trust me enough, maybe. They're afraid that when I study abroad, I will get some things dangerous or anything
Yeah.
else. Well, fortunately, that I convinced them that I was okay and I'm ready for studying abroad. And I was getting scholarship in the Korean government, so my parents trust me.
Oh.
That's why.
So your case is totally different to me. My parents encouraged me to go to Korea, study abroad, but I do not want to because later lah.
Later.
And what about before you go to Korea studying abroad? Exchange program, right?
Yes.
Did you need to take several tests like TOEFL, IELTS?
Yes. TOEFL test.
What was the score that we need to pass?
TOEFL test. Actually,
500?
500 more is enough.
Oh, is
But
enough.
It's better 550 more.
Wow. Why?
better.
Oh, any other test besides that one? No, like IQ test. No.
No,
Emotional
TOEFL test.
emotional intelligence. No.
No. There
Health.
is health. It depends
Health
on the university.
report. Oh.
Depends on for example, my university they want to test the tuberculosis exam.
So TOEFL test and then your health report. That's it.
No.
Anything else?
And there are many things you have to prepare for this because I have to apply the scholarship programs. There are some kind of like self-introduction, your study plan, and your transcript, score, and others many things. But for further informations that I really recommend for viewers to just go to the office, international office. They have some kind of consultant there, and you can consultation with them.
And when you would like to achieve TOEFL score higher than 500, what did you do? Did you buy a book, or did you hire somebody to teach you, or what?
The first time that I was really like my English, I didn't really believe it. I can do it, but I buy a book from Longman. There's TOEFL, IBT or IBT, I think. So I learned from there for
alone. So in your bedroom,
in my bedrooms, yes, for like 3 weeks, 3 weeks intensive every day. And I asked a lot of people to teach me, and I asked, is it right or wrong? And finally, fortunately that I get past the TOEFL score.
Okay, and apparently when we go to a new place, probably like Indonesia to Korea, they're totally different places. Just like when I was in Sumatra, I went to Jakarta for the first time to BINUS, I felt cultural shock.
Yeah.
I came to BINUS, stop, and then come on, I'm going to leave this one. I don't know, I did not want to go to university anymore because I wasn't comfortable. That's what we call cultural shock.
Yeah.
Did you feel it or not when you were in Korea?
It's amazingly.
And before you continue, it took me 4 days to get rid of the cultural shock.
Culture shock?
4 days.
I don't know. I was too comfortable.
FEP program, you know that one, that helped.
FEP program. Okay.
What about in Korea? How many days?
Korea.
Did you feel, or you didn't feel the culture shock?
Because I love Korea, so I didn't feel anything.
Wow. So it was just like
I was
going
like really comfortable with it.
So it's just like visiting a new city rather than a new country.
Yeah,
wow.
I was like traveling because see a lot of new things and with a different kind of set of mind. So it was really amazing. So it's really amazing thing. I didn't feel any culture shock. I think that I will feel a culture shock.
Oh, you thought you would?
Yeah. But no, nothing.
Totally.
Yeah, maybe a little.
Little like what? Like transportation?
No, transportation is really nice. Yeah.
In what way is it nice? I mean, no traffic or what?
Because the public transportation is really great, and you don't have to use a motorcycle. Okay, in the road, and the public transportation from the subway is really nice. So there are no traffic jam.
So in your Korea, how were the courses? I mean, were they really difficult? I mean, what do you think?
The courses, I think, is a little bit not much different with BINUS University. That actually, that if you learn from the professor and you just study every day and focus on the professor, nothing is difficult.
So compared to the courses in BINUS, which ones do you think were more difficult?
I think it's same.
It's same.
Just not too much different. Not too much difference. I think BINUS University is really nice. The courses is like international standard. That's why I feel really kind of proud to be a BINUSian.
And did you find some changes on yourself when you were in Korea? For example, like before when you were still in Jakarta, you like to play a lot. For example, like playing games. But when you were in Korea, did anything change or not? I mean, for example, like you spend quite much time studying alone, or keep playing, or what?
I changed a lot that I was there to traveling alone. Because
alone, wow, in a new country, wow.
Yes, because that time I was kind
of. Did your parents know? Did your parents know or not? No.
Yeah, my parents know it.
You told them. You told them that.
I'm traveling to Japan when I'm in Korea.
In Japan, alone.
With one of my friends. With one friend from China. So I think when I study there, I learned a lot of things. I learned that things are meant to be like explored. So when I come there, when I'm Indonesian, I always stay in the room playing games or playing computers. But when I never touch computer much. When I have time, I go outside and I see the world. And
one thing that has changed in yourself is that you feel you have more courage to travel the world. Yes. Anything else?
I felt that
more diligent, no, lazier, no.
The things that the changing in ourselves. It's something that sometimes you cannot feel that we are changing or not. The things that people can see from us is the people around us. The people around us maybe see that we are changing, but ourselves we cannot see it.
So do some people say that you are changing or not?
A lot of people say that I changed it, that I was more I don't know, I was more there, I was more brave or other things, but I was just trying to be better.
So we have 2 more segments, third segment and the fourth segment, and we will continue our conversation later.
Okay.
So stay tuned. Welcome back with us on Face to Face, the only English spoken program on BINUSTV with me, Alessandro, as your host. And now we are going to show you a video. This is a video, if I'm not mistaken, a video that will tell you how to pack. This is especially for women, what things you need to pack if you want to go to another country for studying abroad. So here's the video.
Something that I wanted to talk about, which is just how to stay safe when you're studying abroad, because a lot of times you know, you're on vacation basically, even though you're going to school and it's for a full semester or a year or whatever it may be. Your mindset is on that of you're in a vacation and you're having fun and you're going out to the bars and you're drinking. And so I wanted to talk about a few ways that you should stay safe. And you know, feel free. I have a few lists, but feel free to jump in at any time. So. One thing that I would recommend, I studied abroad in Spain, and I never thought of this myself, but my parents actually bought me a book before I went, like a few months before I left, written by somebody who had lived in Spain, both Spain and America, and now has dual citizenship there. And it was a huge resource because you learn the cultures, you learn the transportation system, you learn where not to go, where pickpocketing is very high. And that's really good things to know when you're going in and you're going to be living in this place for potentially a year, more likely a semester. Just kind of be aware of the situation, especially if you've never even visited the country before at all. And a couple other things are, you know, try not to travel alone, don't tell strangers your travel plans. One other thing that I would say too is try to blend in as much as possible. Like, you don't really want to stand out as an American. Now, when I was studying abroad, I actually had a friend who got sexually assaulted on her way home, and she was walking alone at night, like speaking in English on her phone, and not to say at all that that was her fault, it definitely was not. But you do want to try to blend in as much as possible, because you are more likely to be targeted if people think you're a foreigner, because they know that you're lost, you're not paying attention, stuff like that. And I know you were in Egypt for a while, so what do you have any, I mean, I'm sure that's probably, I would imagine, more dangerous than Spain.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, the culture definitely matters, especially if you're a female. Like, guys will be hounded in Cairo, but females, I mean, it was, like, it's every time I tell the story, it sounds like an exaggeration, but if you were a woman and you were walking down the street, you would go from one person yelling at you, you'd walk down the street to another person yelling at you. You were always in range of one person beeping their horn at you or yelling out, like, honey or sugar at you. And like, God help you if you had short sleeves on or something, because then they'd go crazy. They see that hot elbow flesh, and they just can't control themselves. And now I was there before the revolution. Actually, just a couple of days ago, there was this massive crowd that sexually assaulted a woman in Tahrir Square, which is a place I used to go to all the time. So it's hard as just a general American to blend in Cairo and parts of Cairo, but if you can, try. And for most of you, you'll be in a somewhat safer area, but I definitely agree with you. Like, the stereotypical thing to do is pretend that you're Canadian, I guess. Maybe you can do that, I don't know. Throw in a couple of their mannerisms or something, but definitely learn as much as you can about the culture there. And I like your tips. I think it's a good thing to keep in mind.
So again, like, just really keep in mind all these different cultural issues when you're studying abroad. Keep yourself educated and informed, and when you're out, like, most of all, just be alert and be aware of your surroundings, and keep all that in mind when you are studying abroad, so that you can.
And don't walk home alone.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't walk home.
That's the video. We really hope that you got something from it. Now, Brian Lee, how did you pack your belongings, your equipments? Like, how many clothes and then pants, trousers, tank tops that you brought to
The
Korea?
first time that I was traveling.
Did you get confused or not? Oh, what should I bring? What should I bring now?
Yeah, the first time I was really confused. And actually, I didn't really prepare a lot, because in BINUS Square, I have a lot of clothes. So that time, I just put all my clothes and bring to Korea.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like really many kilograms.
How many bags?
Four. Four boxes.
Wow.
But that's the wrong things.
Why?
Yeah, because you don't have to bring that much. I mean, you have to bring like 7 or 8 is enough, and then you can go laundry over there.
And then we also can
Yeah,
buy many things.
buy
in
many
lo-
things. And
supermarkets.
we will buy many things in another country. So
like, for example,
because there's a really nice good clothes, new clothes, you will buy many things from the other country. So when you travel abroad for your own good, just bring little as possible.
and how? By the way, how was the weather in Korea when you were there? Was it pretty much the same like the one in Indonesia or not? Rainy, sunny day,
Okay.
rainy.
I was coming fall and winter that time.
Oh.
So
No snow.
Snow, yeah, there's
Snow?
snowing.
Wow.
Yeah, and that time it was like
So we have to put on a jacket, really.
yeah, the winter jacket and a lot of clothes because it's really cold. It was minus 15.
Wow.
Yes.
I cannot imagine.
The first time I see snow, I was like, oh my god, it's really nice. And I play with the snow.
Minus 15 when you were studying in the class.
No, yes, studying in the class.
So,
no, in what outside is minus
outside.
15.
What about in the class?
In the class, they have heating room,
Oh.
like heating system.
So it's warm in the
Yeah,
class.
it's warm in the class.
Really nice then. I just knew it that a room can make it. I mean, there is something that can make the room warm.
Yeah, they have like heating floor system from Korea called Ondong. There was like some really nice, cool heating
In
system.
Indonesia, there is only air conditioner, right?
Okay, yeah, that's why it's really hot.
And as far as you know, what is the best thing, or maybe the thing that we need to keep in mind when going to when going abroad?
The first thing is the document.
The most important.
Yeah, the document you need.
What
your
document do you mean?
passport,
Oh.
your visa, or anything documented. Important files you have to bring at first.
What kind of file do you mean?
For example, you are going to traveling. That means you have to bring like your hotel bookings,
Wow.
your flight, and other
So in
things.
hotel,
Yeah, if for
not in like
example,
a BINUS Square, no.
no. For example, you're in traveling.
Oh, you're traveling.
Yeah. For second reason, if you're studying abroad, you have to bring like your books and your other files that is important for you for studying abroad. Like for example, your like what is called like the transcripts, code, and other things. The second is bring that as little as possible clothes as better. So and for you can see for guy you can see a military folding system. It's really nice.
How is it military folding system?
Yeah, it's
like
folding clothes, but it's military way. That was really effective for your bag, so you have a lot of space. And the second, bring as much as Indonesian gift as possible.
Indonesian gift.
Yes, because you will meet a lot of friends.
So whenever you meet new people, this is for you. This is for you.
No,
this is for you.
not like this. You have to like prepare a lot of gift. When you come back to Indonesia, you was like, here is some souvenir from Indonesia, so that you won't disappoint other stuff.
And when you were in Korea studying abroad, what difficulties did you find? Did you encounter?
The first thing is language barrier.
Language.
Yeah, because in the restaurant they always in Hangul, so there are no ABCD. There was only in Korean. The first time I didn't know anything, so this.
So did you ever go to a restaurant alone?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
and they do not speak English.
No.
Wow.
So it was like this one, and there was like Hangul. There was so this time, for example, the first time I ordered this. A kind of long sentence. So I remember this time I ordered this long sentence. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. So it was like gambling. Yeah.
So
Sounds
it's
really
gambling,
funny.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And the price wasn't really expensive or cheap or what?
I was in Incheon at Inha University. It was really cheap
So
actually.
because Incheon,
Yeah,
the
Incheon.
low, the living cost is
The
low.
living cost near Inha is really low, rather than Seoul.
So language barrier is one problem. That's why I said to everybody, if you want to go to a new place, you better learn the language in advance.
Yes.
And the second problem is,
Second problem is
or you don't have any more problem.
the most the memorable problem is the language barrier.
Memorable.
Yes, the memorable problem.
And
Second problem, I didn't think.
Okay.
of the problems.
What about the moments that you really remember? I mean, the memorable moments in Korea. The things that you really liked.
really like in Korea is the environment there, the things that you feel in there. For example, in Korea there's a place called Myeongdong. So there was like shopping places and there are couples there and you can take a walk there with your friends and then you go to Norebang, like karaoke in Indonesia, and then you can go to a lot of Korean restaurants. There's try of different food every day. Just really good experience and good moments. And the best moment is the people when you meet new friends there, and you feel really nice with them. But only in the short 4 months you have to come back to Indonesia. So it's really sad because they are from China, they are from France, a lot of different countries. So maybe in your life you may never meet them again.
So didn't you try to have a farewell party before going back to Indonesia?
Yeah, I have a lot of like farewell party, but it's like private farewell party. We go to Norebang together, we eat together, samgyeopsal. But the things that I really like in Korea is there are barbecue everywhere.
Why?
Because
barbecue everywhere.
Yeah, because
wow,
Korean really like Korean barbecue. They call samgyeopsal. So they were like pork barbecue. So nearly every 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers you can find a barbecue restaurant. And Korean people really like to sit there and eating.
And the price was also cheap.
Price is not too cheap, not too expensive.
Okay. And Brian, we have one more segment after this one last segment. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Hello, dear travelers. Welcome back. Today, I answer a question that I get asked all the time. And with summer coming, and with those graduates planning those long adventures abroad, it is time. How do I pack for going abroad? Help! In the past couple of years, I've spent extended periods of time abroad quite a bit. I've been in London for 3 months, I've been in China for 6 months, in France for 5 weeks. So believe me, I know what I'm talking about, and I know how unnerving packing can be. First things first, plan ahead. Find out from your airline how many bags you can take without incurring in some crazy fees, and chances are it will be 1 bag. Another thing, Amazon International is your very best friend. If you have a delivery address, you can get those basics that are larger items online. Things like towels, linens, you name it. On to the meat and potatoes. Toiletries. You know how I love my toiletries, but in this particular case, you're only gonna take enough for the first few days, and you're actually gonna get everything else over there. It just works out better. Electrical appliances, hair dryer, flat iron, you name it. Here's the thing, if the current is different where you're going than where you're coming from, I would recommend you actually get new appliances there. Running a hairdryer a year on a converter, it's bound to just blow up. So if you have any doubts of how this all works, watch my video on electrical conversions. On to medication, and this is important. If you take any prescription medication, take it with you and take enough supply for the entire time that you're there. Now, the rest of the stuff, ibuprofen, vitamins, anything for a casual flu, well, those you can probably get over there. If there's anything you cannot live without, take it with you. On to what you really want to talk about, clothes. The one truly great advice here is you need a lot less than you think. I mean, think about it. In your day-to-day life, you probably use a small percentage of what's in your closet. Heck, I know I do. So all you want to do is pack enough to last you for 2 to 3 weeks. For more details, watch my packing for long trips video. It's really not that different from going abroad. Remember, you're going to be doing laundry. So I'm going to go through a general packing list if you were going to go abroad at a multi-seasonal place. Now, if you're going somewhere where there's only one season, even easier. You're just gonna pack enough for 2 to 3 weeks for that season and you're done. All right, let's get into it. Summer is summer and clothes can be tiny. A few t-shirts, tank tops, sundresses, skirts, or shorts. Don't forget your bathing suit. Fall, 2 to 3 good sweaters that will carry on through winter. A few long sleeve shirts, button-ups, they're always good. 1 multi-purpose jacket for those not so cold moments. And 2 to 3 good sweaters that will carry on through winter. Sweaters are bulky and they can take up much space. So use compression bags. These guys are lifesavers. Watch my video on winter packing for a carry-on, and there you'll learn everything you need to know about compression. Pants. I wear pants for the most part, and my experience tells me that 6 pairs of pants will last me through the year. Some lighter pants for warmer weather, a bit heavier for colder weather, some that are multi-purpose, for a night out, for dressy, that's it. Lounging clothes. These are important. You will have a temporary home where you will chill, watch TV, study, so whatever you usually wear for those endeavors, take it with you. Comfortable, comfy, worry-free. Shoes, oh, beautiful shoes. Do not overdo it, just don't. You will be walking a lot, so your day-to-day shoes should be comfy. Your day-to-day walking shoes, some that can merge over to night. Booties are always great, a pair of flats for lounging around. And for me, always and forever, running shoes. What about the winter boots? Well, guess what? Those you will wear on the plane. And you know what else you're gonna wear on the plane? Your winter coat. That's true. Because if not, if you were to pack it, it would take half the space of your suitcase. Who wants that? Okay, here's the golden rule, the rule of all rules. Stay away from the what ifs. But what if I get invited to the ball? Well, you know what? If you get invited to the Queen's Palace and you have to wear a fantastic dress, what a wonderful excuse to buy one. Do not take it with you because chances are it will come back untouched. Good luck, my fellow adventurers. Enjoy, explore, roam around, eat weird things, learn new languages, don't sleep. I envy you. All right, come back next Thursday for more travel tips. Subscribe and see you then.
So that's the video. We really hope that you enjoyed the video as much as I did and as much as Brian Lee did. Now, your worst experience in Korea during your studying abroad? For example, like a real fight, no real problem.
No fight.
Your lecturer got angry at you, no?
No, maybe it's the time when I traveled to Japan that I get an experience that I may not come back to Korea.
Why? Money problem.
Many problems that I didn't prepare emergency money for when I'm in Japan.
Wow, you can go back. Oh,
okay. And my GR pass is lost. This is GR pass.
What is it? What is that for?
Transportation in Japan is like expensive, really expensive. So they have some kinds of called Japan Rail Pass. You have to buy in advance in other country. For in Korea, I buy for advance 7 days, and I can use it to all Japan in 7 days.
So you thought you couldn't go back to Korea because you didn't have enough money?
I held my GR pass. I was in Tokyo, but my flight is in Kyoto, in Osaka.
Wow.
I have to go from Tokyo to Kyoto, but
by
my GR
train.
pass, yeah, but my GR pass is lost.
So you need to buy a new one then?
I don't have money to buy a new one. That's really expensive, that things.
So what did you do then?
I choose a bus, overnight bus, 8 hours in the night.
With your friend?
Myself. My friends didn't lost. He used the train, I used the bus.
Wow.
And because the GR pass lost, I have to go to Nagano, Hakone, and Nikko, all cancelled.
So were you? Did you feel panic at that time? No.
Yes, I feel really kind of panic that time.
I cannot go back to Korea, and if you cannot go back to Korea, you cannot go back to Indonesia. Dadah. Like
yes. Yeah. And I have many experience there. The second worst is when I come back to Korea, I was being held in airport.
Because of what?
Because in Korea, I have like some kind of like ID card called alien registration card.
Wow.
Yeah, some kind of Indonesian KTP. But my alien registration card is lost, so I use a certificate of alien registration card. But the people in the staff in the airline said they cannot allow it because they have a small scratch there. Because of the small scratch, they didn't allow me to come back to Korea. So we argue a lot, and the last 5 minutes, finally, they get me abroad, and they are calling my name. So I get Lee Bryant.
Oh, right.
They have to go to the flight. That's really nice experience for me.
So 4 months in Korea and having come back to Jakarta, I believe that you do some kind of reflection on what you have done in Korea. And what moral lesson can you learn from your studying abroad in Korea?
The most big moral lesson that I learned is that every country have like different culture, different kind of what seems to be normal to us may not be normal to them. So and at that time I study a lot of acceptance other people culture, different kinds of culture.
What do you think normal that is not normal to people? For example,
that
shaking hand.
Yeah, maybe like for in like Western, in Korea, they are bathing. They're always naked.
Wow.
Naked in the like shower. So man and man they all naked in the one shower room.
No barrier.
No barrier. And they said it's normal. Japan also. And so public bath, there are all naked things that you see and you can bathe in there.
And do you have any other plan to study abroad again?
I'm planning to taking my master degree on Taiwan, but I was like applying right now for the scholarship.
In Taiwan. Why in Taiwan?
Taiwan is really because first I can speak Mandarin, Chinese, so the language barriers will not have any language barrier. So I think there was a really nice place, Taiwan. They have really good street food, nice girls and other things.
Oh, the girls, yeah.
Yeah, the girls.
And do you think you speak English more fluently than Indonesia or not?
Who?
You.
Me?
Chinese more fluent.
Chinese.
Okay. And thank you, Brian Lee. This is the end of our show. Probably I'm going to... what I think about studying abroad is probably like this one. When people want to study abroad, they think that, oh, when I study abroad, I will explore. And the more we explore, the more we know. And the more we know, the better we are. My name is Alessandro. Brian Lee, this is Face to Face. See you next time.